breaking news. Arsenal have confirmed the signing of Club Brugge winger Christos Tzolis. We understand the deal is worth £34 million, which is a record for the Belgian Pro League. And he signed a 5-year deal. The 24-year-old, who was at Norwich earlier in his career, scored 17 goals and added 23 assists in 36 league appearances for Club Brugge last season. In quotes on Arsenal's website, sporting director Andrea Berta has said this: Christos is an extremely versatile attacking player who naturally operates on the left but is comfortable across the front line. He's an excellent finisher with both feet, thrives in tight spaces and possesses incredible technical ability. He adds, Christos has produced outstanding numbers in terms of goals and assists over the last 3 seasons, and he's a player who will raise the technical level of our squad while bringing positive energy, enthusiasm and a strong mentality to our team. We're confident Christos will make a significant contribution to our club. So that deal is done. Arsenal signed Club Brugge winger Christos Tzolis. Stay with us for the very latest
transfer dominoes. Domino effect. Well, with that in mind, it's a little bit strange to sort of talk about this because it feels like the Arsenal squad could be quite different by the end of the window. It feels like the other squads at leading teams could be quite different. But just as we stand here, Sam, how do you think Arsenal are looking compared to their rivals? I guess there's an element of their experience of winning the title last season and going again, and the sort of the experience they've got from that. Look at Man City, obviously Maresca's come in for Pep Guardiola. Liverpool, Iraola's come in for Arne Slot. Man United obviously trying to kick on with Carrick now. Alonso at Chelsea, so that's a new look there, and De Zerbi at Spurs, who we mentioned, and Villa as well coming to this season as Europa League holders. But how do you think Arsenal sort of stand there in terms of thinking about what success for them next season is surely defending that title, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a stat that Arsenal haven't defended a top flight title since the 1930s in the Herbert Chapman days.
Wow.
Mikel Arteta likes those little stats. I think it was the Champions League semi-finals last year. Arsenal never reached back-to-back semi-finals before, and Arteta was pushing that message a lot. So that will be the message for the Arsenal squad. Can you make history? Can you become the first team in nearly 100 years from an Arsenal perspective to go and retain the title? And of course, while a lot of Arsenal fans saw the Premier League as that utopia and sort of ending a long, long way, that disappointment of not getting the Champions League is probably still there. So he'll be definitely trying to go one better and try and win that Champions League for the first time. I think with Arsenal, you touched on it there. They're the only club out of the major clubs who aren't going through a rebuild. So you look at, you rightly said, Liverpool and Iraola, Manchester United even, they're working things out over Michael Carrick and also their midfield. I do think, though, that while there's probably a lot of reason to panic about not necessarily panic, but be concerned about the start of this transfer window. Because Mikel Arteta did say we want to be quick, we want to be ambitious, we want to be aggressive, and that clearly hasn't happened at the moment. There's probably a lot of growth in this Arsenal squad that still needs to be done from the players that are there. Can Gyökeres have a better season? Absolutely. Can Eze have a better season, more impactful season? Of course. So there's no real need to panic yet, but I think there's definitely a ceiling that needs to be done. Last summer, Arsenal raised the floor of the squad. Arsenal now need to raise the ceiling of the squad.
I think there is something to be said as well for continuity and sort of chemistry, cohesion, these things. Not very sort of sexy words, are they, in transfer window? But look at Liverpool last summer. They spent an enormous amount of money to try and retain the title. So much excitement going into that season. And it backfired on them, didn't it, really? Look at Liverpool's last 2 title wins, the one under Slot and the one under Jurgen Klopp. In the previous summers, they basically didn't sign anyone. So in the Slot title win, they signed Federico Chiesa, which was the only real, the only signing they made. In the one before they won the title under Klopp, the only signing was Adrian, the backup goalkeeper on a free transfer from West Ham. I'm not saying here that Arsenal don't need to sign anyone, because they do have areas they can strengthen, business they need to do. But I think there is a lot to be said for keeping things together, and for they are building from a position of strength here, aren't they? And business and signings, they don't always equal success. It's not.
I think it's a story of progression. I completely agree with Nick.
Yeah.
If everyone, they were a figure of fun, weren't they? Arsenal second again. But they went second, champions.
Yeah.
You look at the Champions League, since they returned, they had a big gap when they weren't in the Champions League at all, and Arteta got that progression where they got into the Champions League number one, quarterfinals, semi-finals, runner-up. The next step is that to go on and win it. And totally agree with what Sam said as well. When you list all of the managers that have come into the big clubs, it looks like everyone else might be in transition, whereas Arsenal are just there. They've got the body of their squad, and as opposed to Liverpool last season, where Slot almost did his change a season after he'd arrived, Arteta's been there 6 or 7 years now. And now it's the case of evolution rather than revolution.
Yeah.
It felt like revolution at Liverpool. It feels like evolution here at Arsenal, whereas 1, 2, 3 positions, let's increase the quality in the first team, but also increase lower the gap between the subs bench and the first team as well.
Just two other things I'd add on to that. It's the psychology of being winners and the confidence that brings and how that can lift players up. We've seen that in the past. Also injuries. I think that was a big factor last season for Arsenal, and I know Arteta got a bit of stick for regularly flagging how many injuries they were suffering through the course of the season. But I think he'd feel that they won't be quite as badly hit through next season, or they shouldn't be quite as badly hit next season, and have more of those first team players regularly available. Mentioned that Havertz not being there for quite a long period of time. So maybe those two things could contribute to Arsenal posting perhaps even better points total than last season. Then the question would be, can any of these guys come in, hit the ground running in the case of Man City and Liverpool, or can Carrick and Alonso at Chelsea, or can Carrick inspire enough of an uplift at Man United to actually topple an Arsenal team that might post an even higher target this year? That's the question, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, we'll wait and find out. Arsenal start their season against Coventry on Friday the 21st of August. Their Premier League season, we should say. They might have another trophy in their pocket by then at the Community Shield against Man City. That's live on Sky, and of course you can stick with us on Sky Sports News, the Sky Sports website and the Sky Sports app through the summer to follow all these transfer stories we've been talking about and seeing how Arsenal shape up for the defence of their Premier League title. Thanks for joining us. Thanks guys for coming on, and great chatting. We'll see you next time.